Minecraft, a game about nothing and everything all together. A sandbox with a super-duper large world where you can go anywhere you want and do almost whatever you want. Released in 2009, the game has gotten tons and tons of updates, changing and shaping different aspects of it. There have been many times where an update's content split the game's community, for example the changes brought by the 1.9 combat update or the addition of the phantom mob. After all the changes the game has gone through, many find themselves not enjoying the newer versions, feeling an overload of useless content, frustrated with some game mechanics and just not feeling the Minecraft feel. Now this video is not meant to be a robust critic of new Minecraft versions, rather a fair try at resolving many problems that appeared over the years. I think my mod pack will satisfy many people in the Minecraft community, both with complaints about the current state of the game and those without them. Introducing Now, you might have heard about the Reminiscence Minecraft mod pack, or better than Adventure mod. If you didn't, I highly recommend you check them out. These modded versions show off what Minecraft could have been if it didn't go through with the direction of 1.0 Adventure update. It's mostly for beta geeks, however I really think their creators put some thinking and work into them. I guess my mod pack might be considered a third wheel to this great duo, although I don't like to think that way. What I wanted to achieve with my creation was to blend best features from new and old pre-1.0 Minecraft versions with a slight preference toward old MC. So with that out of the way, let me give you an overview of what you can expect in my mod pack. It's meant specifically for beta Minecraft fans, but I hope that other members of the Minecraft community can also enjoy. The Minecraft feel. I don't think it's much of a controversial statement to say that old Minecraft had that feel to it, that special atmosphere. The old lighting system, the old fog, the almost black darkness, the vibrant yet not ridiculous colors, the wacky but cool Worldgen. It all culminates in what I call the true Minecraft feel. I think the reason many people prefer the old Minecraft is precisely because it had that consistent, unique feel to it. The newer versions don't have that feel and therefore seem less special, the anti-alias textures far off, the really high render distances, the less contrastful lighting. I'd argue it all makes for an objectively less interesting visual experience. Keep in mind I'm talking about vanilla graphics, shaders are a different thing. The new textures and visuals of Minecraft just seem too weak to me. Yeah, the textures are literally more professional pixel art, but what that actually entails is there is less contrast in them, they all almost look too smooth. On the other hand, I think it's hard to keep the massive block palette looking good when it comes to mixing blocks. It honestly gives me echoes in the back of my head that Minecraft really has been corporatized by Microsoft. But anyway, this is not supposed to be a thorough argument, just a quick explanation of my thought process behind the changes I've decided to implement in the mod pack. Actually, to illustrate my point, I was once a really active scratcher and I saw a lot of art posted on that site. One thing that always really struck me was when people used the bitmap pixelated editor to create actually great looking stuff. Yes, maybe their drawings aren't that smooth at all, but they have a very distinct style and manage to look pretty good on top of that. I think the same can be said for old MC textures. They are just better stylistically and create a more impactful and memorable visual experience. In any case, sorry for the ramble, here's how Minecraft looks with my mod pack installed. I also made a custom resource pack for this project. It's called Beta Mash, since originally I just merged two old MC style resource packs. The Golden Days resource pack with Developer Art Classic. I just couldn't bear to look at the great old textures clashing with mod items, so I expanded the texture pack to change that. To highlight the most important changes done to graphics, let me show you a list. To further emphasize my inspiration from Minecraft's golden age, I altered the menu screen to look more beta-like, and some new text splashes have been added with my resource pack. Thanks to the modern beta mod, now you have access to many old world generation types, such as the one from alpha 1.1.2_02 or beta 1.7.3, but there are also many more options like Minecraft Pocket Edition Worldgen or some versions of Minecraft InfDev. However, if you want to, you can retain the new Minecraft terrain generation, as I didn't see a good reason to disable it. I think that no matter how much you like the old MC, the new terrain generation after Caves and Cliffs update is pretty darn good in comparison to versions like 1.12 or 1.7. If you want to and are able to, you can also try to mash different generation types together, for example alpha terrain, beta biomes and modern MC caves. However, I'm not sure this feature works as good as the standard offered generation presets. If you wish to recreate a true beta Minecraft experience, I highly suggest changing 3 game rules that control some newer content additions while creating a new world. Set these game rules as follows. Do Insomnia to false. Do Trader spawning to false. And do Patrol spawning to false. This way no weird creatures will disturb your playthrough. An important aspect in this mod pack is resource gathering. Now minerals and ores generate quite less and are much more likely to be found around caves rather than in solid ground. This makes strip mining less effective and resource gathering more important than before. Also, making farms like iron and gold might be more encouraged, but when you make them they really will make an impact on gameplay and won't be just a broken OP thing. The Nether generation has been modified with the Incendium mod, and many more structures have been added with mods like Moog's Nether structures or formations. I think the right way to approach Nether is to make it a challenging landscape with a lot of rewards waiting for you. That way it differs from the Overworld and offers a unique useful twist on the gameplay loop. The End generation has been upgraded with Nullscape, some new structures were also added, and the dragon boss fight has been made harder and more interesting. I think this makes the End a true endgame dimension with a bit more loot and interesting otherworldly terrain generation. The way to get to the End has also been made more adventurous and fun with the End Remastered mod. Now you have to find 9 different eyes that can be located in many structures in the Overworld to activate the End portal. Many changes have been made to the Overworld. Structures have been revamped with many of Young's mods and repurposed Structures mod. They generate 3 times rarer and have better loot. Villages are more varied in size thanks to the Village Sizes mod. Since Ender Eyes are useless in helping you with getting to the end, some new mods have been introduced like Greater Eyes of Ender, Crystalline Ender Eye, and End Respawn Anchor, all of which add vanilla-like items that require Ender Eyes to craft. The Minecraft day-night cycle has been extended. Now daytime and nighttime last roughly 13 minutes instead of 10. I think this change improves the player experience, as you have a bit more time to farm and jog outside, but also need to survive for a bit longer during nights. Sleeping is now gradual, so if you want to you can sleep through half of the night or still skip the entire thing, however it will take some more time. Nighttime has also been spiced up with Enhanced Celestials mod. I think this is perfect because now you can sleep through some nights, but the lunar events added make other nights impossible to skip. I think this makes for a varied day-night experience that is much more interesting than the standard daytime and quick sleep loop of Minecraft. I hope that this resolves the age-old dilemma of beds completely negating the impact of nighttime in Minecraft. Have you already noticed some new things up in the sky so far? I always felt like Minecraft's skybox could be quite better, while still in the vanilla style. I think the Astrocraft mod addresses this issue superbly by adding some realistic celestial objects onto the Minecraft skybox. Sometimes you can see more things in the dark sky with a spyglass. In my opinion, this mod brings the tiniest spark of beauty from our real world into the blocky universe we all enjoy, and so is a justified addition. Keep in mind all visible celestial bodies are also kept in a vanilla style, so I think they blend into the world perfectly. Now, isn't this view nice? To further spice up the overworld, seasons have been introduced with the Fabric Seasons mod. These periods of time last each quite a bit and significantly impact plant growth. Also, the same areas of your world will eventually look different in autumn or summer, so in my opinion it makes the gameplay experience more interesting. Have you ever found yourself in a dilemma where you need more wood, but don't want to completely deforest the area around your base? However, replanting all the trees seems just too annoying, so you end up making tree farms and stop chopping down naturally generated trees altogether. Okay, this one seems a bit specific, but I honestly thought that this next mod added with my mod pack makes Minecraft tree chopping a bit less tedious. Thanks to the supplanting mod, now fallen saplings have a chance to auto-plant themselves, so you don't have to worry about leaving huge empty fields. In my opinion, this somewhat enhances the in-game immersion, however it might be the most subjective addition in my mod pack. To further enhance exploration, I added the Map Atlases mod so that you can scathe more terrain and even get somewhat vanilla-like waypoints in the form of pins on maps. I think this helps manage the larger distances between different structures. Another important change-up has been done to mobs, hostile and friendly alike. Hostile mobs now get more HP and strength with distance from 0, 0, and get harder the lower you are. Many new variants have also been added in the spirit of Minecraft Plus in order to add uniqueness to encounters. Friendly mobs now spawn usually smaller than their normal size and drop a little less loot. They also have a few variants. Sheep no longer drop mutton, as through testing I came to the conclusion that having so many mobs drop food items completely removed the challenge of managing one's health. Bees are now smaller but more of them spawn per beehive. This can result in literal beeswarm assaults as you anger these critters. Ah yes, almost forgot, the old animal spawning is back. It's much less active though, you won't see animals just spawning left and right everywhere in daytime. This I think brings a balance to the animal spawn rules and makes the Minecraft world feel more alive, as in the new versions I often find myself completely alone without any new animals spawning in a large area. Animal breeding has been kept however, because I think it's honestly just a fun feature that extends the range of possibilities in gameplay experience. Also, naming a baby animal will now prevent it from aging. From time to time you'll be able to spot different moo blooms. They mostly spawn in flowery biomes, but sometimes in other forests too. And for the cherry on top, I added a MODPACK quote-unquote mascot animal, the skunk. It spits crap at you until you tame it with sweet berries. To breed it however you'll have to use carrots. Skunks can wear armor which differs them from wolves in this Minecraft version and kind of sort of help you in battle. Although you better watch out for their excrement. Now onto game mechanics and gameplay changes. Hunger, gone. Sprint and swimming, gone. Recipe book, gone. XP. I left it. I think it's a valid expansion of the gameplay experience, however with the texture pack it's a bit toned down in the UI. The XP orbs on the other hand are now more colorful. If you wish to learn more about specific crafting recipes, check out the crafting wiki on my MODPACK page, or look through other mod pages on CurseForge. Sprinting has been absolutely removed. However, to add a cool mechanic and somehow ease the pain for some people, I added the block runner mod, which makes some blocks function as parts that increase your walking speed. Now about some nerfs. I've heard a lot of complaints, not necessarily even from people that love beta Minecraft, about the mending enchantment and elytra. I agree that these items are quite overpowered to the point where they invalidate other aspects of the game, so with the help of these three mods I aim to balance them. Mending now functions as a resource saver, as you have to repair items with this enchant in the anvil, however the process won't consume the required item. Elytra has been changed more drastically. Downwards flight is now a bit harder to maintain, and during it you can't open inventory. Fireworks now work on cooldowns and slowly take longer to use. The new best method to boost your Elytra is to build a network of glider multi-blocks. Introduced with the Glide Litra mod, I think they are a perfect fit for this mod pack. The author of the mod took inspiration from Console Edition's mini-games, and I absolutely love that idea. Now let me show you what I've done with the combat mechanics. I'm quite proud of the combat experience I managed to create because I believe it addresses all the criticisms wagered against post 1.9 changes, at the same time keeping some new mechanics in a rebalanced form. Let me show you. First of all, the stupid time after hit has been removed, however mobs still have some invincibility frames so you can spam click, but it's not as effective. Also, it's still a bit better to time your swings because the critical hit mechanic has been left intact. Sword blocking has been brought back as well, stopping 50% of incoming damage. Axes are also free of the post-hit timer. They retain higher damage than swords, but are slower in use. A completely brand new mechanic is dual wielding. You can now use both hands to fight. It works best with two swords. The double sword combo also has added knockback and sweeping damage. While dual wielding you can't block, so there is an additional drawback that balances this mechanic. Now what about the shields? Well, I kept them and also added a few more vanilla tiers. I know this might be somewhat controversial for old Minecraft fans, but don't worry. The shield doesn't just stop damage, but rather blocks only parts of it. I really think this is a good way to keep the shields in. One more great combination is a crossbow with a sword, giving you long and short distance fighting possibilities. I think the way combat is shaped in my mod pack sticks with the fundamental mindset of a sandbox game. You have some options and you can choose which one suits you best based on your own creativity. You may also be worried that perhaps the system is too overpowered, but it's actually all balanced so that you can stand against the harder monsters that can really give you a bad time. This is not forced though, as you can freely switch between easy and hard difficulties if a fighting challenge is not what you're looking for. The food system is partially overhauled, as consumable items heal you directly. However, I retain the eating animation as I think it creates a good balance. Now you can't just down 5 food items in 1 second and regenerate your whole health. Food stacks have also been modified so that better items only stack up to 3. This makes a lot of light consumables useless in fights, as they can't give you enough HP before your enemies take it down even more, but also all high nutrition foods are now much more precious. Fights basically now require more strategizing with your health. AA skeletons are a menace once again. A large amount of golden food items has been added to try and increase the usefulness of some less nutritious items. Also, I think it's a nice Vanilla Plus expansion that doesn't seem too out of place for a mod pack like this. To help manage arrows in your inventory, quivers have been added with the Simple Quivers mod. Aside from that, variants of already existent ranged weaponry have been added with crossbow expansion and more bows restrung. A chaotic small dynamite item has been added. It's basically a Vanilla Plus style grenade that causes less destruction than TNT and can be useful in fights against multiple enemies. To start off, a full set of turtle armor is now available. It can be crafted with turtle scuts. All pieces combined together give you some better effects like more water breathing and fast swimming. A brand new set of copper tools has been added, as well as some other copper items. I don't think this breaks the general Minecraft tool progression, as the copper tools are weaker than stone in terms of durability and mining level. Copper is now, however, its own niche, as it can be used to craft several items with slightly different than iron level of usefulness, and there are now 2 new copper golems, one like the iron golem and the second one from a past mob vote. The copper hopper, aside from being a nice tongue twister, functions as an item filtering hopper. Gone are the days of uber complicated huge filtering storage systems. Copper shears break leaves very fast, but don't make them drop the block like iron shears would. I think it's a fair mechanic that retains the usefulness of iron, but adds an extra bit of spice to tool variety. Amethyst is now a tool resource as well as an armor resource. Originally I really wanted to add obsidian tools and armor, but all mods adding these items made them stronger than diamonds, which in my mind completely invalidated the existence of diamonds, since obsidian is a much more common found block. This mod, however, came to save the day. Amethyst tools and armor are normally slightly weaker than iron, but you can also make pure amethyst items that are slightly worse than diamond. These are basically quality of life tools that can help you save better gear for more important affairs. A full set of pure amethyst armor grants you regeneration once in a while, which in my mind makes it unique. The best gear available with my mod pack is Worldgen tools and armor. They can be obtained by finding the right upgrade templates in ancient cities, but you also have to kill the Worldgen to get its new drop, Worldgen Soul. By combining the right items you can upgrade your netherite gear into Worldgen gear, which has some special effects like blinding enemies or giving you resistance with a full set of armor. I think this addition is really good, since it extends tool progression but is balanced with the new mob difficulty. Trust me, once you expand further in your world you're gonna want the best tools to deal with the tough monsters. Keep in mind the difficulty can be set to easy if battling strong enemies is not your cup of tea. Inventory management in general has become an issue in Minecraft as of recently. To try and help that, I added the enemies mod that introduces several backpacks into the game with a linearly progressing obtainment system. I think these backpacks fit the vanilla style visually and are just right in terms of crafting cost. Another small addition was making bundles craftable with 1 leather piece and 1 string. I think bundles also help a bit with managing inventory without being overpowered. To expand upon rare or generation, I added the alloy forgery mod, which brings new multi-block structures that can act as better ore smelters. Based on the quality of the forge, that is dictated by the material used to craft the whole thing, you can get more and more ingots from just 1 ore piece smelted, making best forges better than even Fortune 3 enchantment. An interesting but in my opinion justified addition to my mod pack is the Pressure Makes Diamonds mod, which lets you transfer tons of coal into a diamond. It takes roughly more than 700 pieces of coal to create a pressurized coal slab that smelted turns into a diamond. I think this is a good addition because with the rarer or generation diamonds appear much less than in normal Minecraft. Potion brewing has received some minor tweaks. First of all, you can now store potions in cauldrons. This way you don't need to keep tons of unstackable bottles lying around. Also, you can now combine multiple potions into one. All of this has been done to try and make potions a bit better so that they retain their usefulness against harder enemies as well. Another area of expansion in my mod pack is fishing. Many new fish types have been added with the additional fish mod, and now most of fishable living entities will actually spawn upon reeling in thanks to the fishing reel mod. There is also a new aquarium block that I don't like too much because I think it's the least vanilla-like addition, but I couldn't find better mods to add fish, so I hope this block doesn't kill your interest in my mod pack. One cool expansion that I think ultimately fits my mod pack, but you might have not expected, is the Nether Depths Update mod. It brings lava tick life to Minecraft. You can now fish in lava for some cool mobs. I think this brings a little bit more life to the nether dimension and expands upon the bland vanilla fishing. Another fun addition with this mod is the lava glass, through which you can see into lava. There is also a new potion giving you under lava vision. Since we are talking about fiery flora, how about some normal flora? More flowers have been added with Bunches Flowers mod and Marigold Flower mod. Most content added with Bunches Flowers is just recolored vanilla flowers, but there are some unique ones. The reason I decided to also add the Marigold Flower is because I really like how it looks and I think it's a unique cool flower. More flowers can't hurt, right? I really wanted to add some more content related to farming, however I couldn't find any mods that wouldn't add like a bajillion crops, so the changes are minimal. Thanks to the Flowers and Moo Blooms mod, you can now farm all vanilla flowers, and with the Strawberry mod you can find strawberries in some loot chests and start growing them. There are a couple items added alongside strawberries like bread with jam or a strawberry pie. A cool new decorative feature is the ability to plop tall plants into large clay pots. I think it's a small but positive addition to the mod pack that brings a tiny bit of use to clay pots. Another expansion related to pots is the Pottery mod, that adds some variants of clay pots and the possibility to color them. The dye can be worn off by right-clicking a water-filled cauldron. Also, for some reason you can rattle the pots. To add a little bit of a quality of life change, as well as balance the scarcity of ores, anvils can now be repaired like iron golems. A new kind of compass has been added, the linking compass. It tracks portal locations and can tell you where exactly to build across dimensions so your portals can be perfectly linked. Also, it can be used in the same dimension to just point towards your portal. The Joy of Painting is a mod that lets you draw your own paintings. I think it's a cool small mechanic that enhances player interactability with decorations. 56 new vanilla-styled paintings have also been added with the Marcos Paintings mod to increase, in my opinion, the limited standard amount. Now to mention some crafting changes, a bunch of mods have been added to introduce crafting recipes to items like horse armor, chainmail armor or saddles. A list of these should appear now. A small but in my mind useful addition was the More Bricks mod, which brings granite, andesite, and diorite brick variants. Now we finally have some somewhat good-looking variants of these universally disliked blocks. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is the customizable elytra mod that I added. You can now dye your elytra with different colors and wash it in a cauldron. In the spirit of additional customization, Enchant the Rainbow mod has been added. Now after killing the Wither you can color enchant glints on your items. A nice little addition is the Cake Chomps mod. It adds sounds and particles when eating cake slices. For the sake of consistency, I added diamond shards to the game that can be used to recycle many diamond items. To add a little bit more to farming, a mod that lets you turn beetroot into sugar has been added. Now Minecraft is just like real life. Another small decorative expansion is the Connectable Chains mod. Now chains have one more use. I really wanted to update slimes, however all slime mods added a lot of unnecessary content considering what I want to achieve with my mod pack. So the only slime expansion mod I added is the slimy boyas, which lets slimes pick up blocks. Last but the least is a new dimension called Below Bedrock Caves. I decided that while adding scarcity to our generation made tools and progress feel more impactful, at the same time I felt like it's just a bit too much. So to compensate for less resources in the overworld, I added this new dimension with the sole purpose of giving the player a more resource-rich environment to explore. It's not a cakewalk though, as many monsters will spawn inside the Below Bedrock Caves, so watch out. To get in, you'll have to build an iron slate-made frame in shape of an end portal. Then you'll have to use the creatively named TBBC gem in order to open the portal. Once you go in, be prepared for some great spelunking and intense fights. Damn, I just realized that I missed quite a bit of mods after already rendering the video. Well, in that case, with the despawning eggs hatch mod, an egg that's about to despawn has a chance to turn into a chicken. It's not very high, but I think it adds a nice bit of ambient life to the Minecraft world. Gamepad support has been added to pay homage to the console versions of MC that I took some inspiration from and played a ton in my childhood. I always thought that Minecraft could have more discs. Maybe now it has too many, but you can never have too much music, right? Another expansion to customization of your world has been made with the More Pumpkins mod. Now you can carve almost any design you want. To make enchanted books look a bit more distinguishable, but still in a vanilla way, I added the enchanted book redesign mod, which I think does its job perfectly. I think armor trims are a perfect sandbox-themed addition to Minecraft, so I added even more of them via More Armor Trims mod. Whenever I build army rooms in new Minecraft, I always wish armor stands could be posed and be in many ways like mannequins. It's now possible with the Armor Statues mod. Another customization enhancing mod is colored lanterns. It adds more colorful lanterns to your Minecraft world. I always thought that bone meal not being able to grow plants like cactus or sugarcane made no sense, so I add the universal bone meal mod. Now you can farm more plants. A sniffer mob expansion is a must-have in my opinion, since I really like this mob's design. However, I agree that it's borderline completely useless and unnecessary in Minecraft. So now you can ride it, and it can also get you saplings to a new tree type. It's much more interesting with old cave generation, since the tree can grow in a new underground biome. Therefore, without that biome, the tree becomes accessible only through the sniffer. Here you can see my villager volunteering camp. There are now a total of 8 new villager professions. Their workstations are uncraftable though, so you can only obtain them in villages. Also, villagers can have different skin tones and eye colors thanks to Yando's NPC variety mod. A very cool mod that I think could impact Redstone a lot is the More Wires mod. It adds new colored wire variants and infiniwires that don't run out of signal power. Differently colored wires can be placed and work right next to each other. Another mod that goes with the previous one thematically is the rainbow lamp mod that adds a lamp that changes its color based on redstone input signal. It can also function as a dim light decoration. Ladders function like in Minecraft Beta Pre 1.5 to try and accommodate vertical transportation with the higher build limit. I added quite a few texture packs for you to try out which one suits you best. Here is a list. Now before you put any texture packs on, I recommend using programmer art at the bottom of the list. Some resources are elements of mods, so don't remove them. My texture pack is a must-have if you want all mod items to look right, but if you're using it alongside some other pack then it must be on top of it. Finally, make sure that short grass stays on the very top, and under it should be the sun and moon remover and vanilla cloud fix. I also added miniature shader, which is a small vanilla stylized shader pack if someone would like to try that as well. To add a final touch to my creation, I made my own mini tutorial world for the mod pack. It's either already part of the full package on CurseForge or otherwise there will be a link to it down below. I really encourage you to try it. It took a lot of work, and is a homage to Minecraft's console edition. Alright. That's it. I hope I managed to spark your interest in my Minecraft mod pack. If you have any criticisms and/or ideas for any updates, comment below. Also, if any bugs pop up, please report them on my MODPACK's CurseForge page. Once again, I remind you to check out the crafting wiki where I compiled most important crafting recipes, also on the CurseForge page. If you want to, you can check out my other promotional videos for the mod pack. Other than that, have a great day. Goodbye.